about your front. Came up there, so I ain't worried about your front now.
Everybody wanna be a gangster to the gangsters. Surf gang in the building. Everybody wanna be a Christian to the boys on the block here chilling. But real just looks good from Jesus.
Denver's gone 0-2 from DP. So out there for the Nuggets right now. They've got Christian Brown. Jokic is out there with Jabari Walker. And it's Mitchell. And it's Mullen in at the 3. And it's Bajemski in the corner.
And for the guys who change teams in the offseason, Clark, how long do you think it takes them to learn a new system?
I think it's a couple things. I mean, one, a lot of teams in the NBA use similar terminology and run similar sets, so that helps. But you got to be a fairly quick learner. And then,
First 1:30 gone here in the first quarter. We'll stay on the season's midway point is fast approaching. Is fatigue right now a consideration for these teams?
Well, if it is, Kevin, then that team's going to be in real trouble when we get to February or March. This is the time to be ramping up, not wearing down.
So on the floor for Denver. Jokic is out there with Jabari Walker. Then there's Christian Brown. Then it's Mullen. And it's Mitchell in at the 1 spot.
And don't look now, but they're starting to extend this lead.
Well, look, we've seen that no lead is safe these days. You got to keep scoring and extending that margin.
And another miss by Denver.
Yeah, a bit of a slow start here. They're 0 for 4 to begin the game.
Mitchell against Austin.
I love the determination that MP showed there. He is developing into an absolute bulldog.
You know, you just can't say enough about the statistical marks that MP is putting up. I mean, Greg, this is just amazing stuff. How about his 20, 20, and 20 triple-double? I've never said that before. I mean, this is incredible.
Kevin, something we've only seen from the likes of Wilt and Westbrook, right? That's the kind of dynamic, prolific dominance you've got to exhibit to manufacture a stat line like that.
MP with video game numbers. How about the 60, 20, and 10 triple-double?
An all-time game in league history. MP just doing everything. This guy is a huge joke.
Check out the standings out west. Already we're in December. Take a look at the Warriors. They're looking extremely sharp right now. Poised in the top spot and playing very well. And, of course, Denver just way behind.
And, well, for the Warriors, they're not an opponent any team wants to see on their schedule. They've been producing all season long. And, guys, I don't see them slowing down anytime soon.
Well, if you're able to strike fear into your opponent before even stepping on the floor, you're doing something right.
The Nuggets with another miss.
He is really scuffed on this quarter offensively. Perhaps a little frustration setting in.
And what a way to start this game, dominating at both ends of the floor.
Obviously, guys, brilliant coaching, a perfect game plan.
No question, Michael Porter Jr. is a true shooter. Stan, he gets out there and scores, it seems like, every possession.
Well, listen, Michael Porter Jr. is not only a great shooter, he's got that high release that people can't get to. So he knows when he shoots it. It's just a matter of make or miss.
The shot by Mitchell, no good.
Well, it isn't for a lack of effort when it comes to getting up the three-pointers, but not much to show for. He's going to lose the green right here very early in this game.
Here is the long-range jumper.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic, and it's a big
Down, ladies wanna see me down, down. Ladies wanna see me down.
part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
So David Adelman's decided to call a timeout here. He's going to take this chance to talk to his guy.
Now we get a chance to check out MP. His last 10 games have been exceptional. Tops in scoring. And with his incredible court vision, he's first in the league in assists per game.
And his scoring abilities are just so far out of sight. #1 overall right now. No one's been able to slow him down or even come close. Now, here's Mitchell. Let's game this on score 13. Pass to Jokic. All for run. Shoots the three.
Indie tribe, surf gang, yeah, ain't nothing you could do, yeah, ain't nothing you could do, yeah.
And here's Mitchell. He'll bring it up for the Nuggets. Nothing up yet on the scoreboard for him. They defeated Milwaukee in their last game.
Yeah, they connected from outside all game. And the defense had absolutely no answer for it.
And you talk to coaches around the league, and they'll tell you sometimes the ball just goes in. It's as simple as that.
On the court for Denver, Nikola Jokic is out there with Jabari Walker. Then there's Christian Brown. Then it's Davion Mitchell. And it's Mullen.
And they've gone to the full court press here, looking to make things as difficult as possible and maybe force a turnover or two.
So out there for the Nuggets right now. Walker out there.
I really like this move going to the full court press because it puts some extra pressure on the offense.
On the court for Denver, they've got Nikola Jokic. Christian Brown out there with Davion Mitchell. Then there's Jabari Walker. And it's Mullen in at the three. The Warriors lead by 17. Porter from outside.
Wow, really?
So on the floor for Denver. Walker out there with Jokic. Then it's Mullen. Then it's Mitchell. And it's Brown and Nba2k26. Now, here's Jokic. This game he had 34 points.
Yeah, you expect him to make those. Good luck. Just couldn't find the mark.
Right, we see a lot of change in the NBA, but Nikola Jokic always seems to stay in the MVP conversation.
And not just in it, at the top of it. His ability to affect the game is basically unmatched. He dominates in just about every single aspect.
You know, you just can't say enough about the statistical marks that MP is putting up. I mean, Greg, this is just amazing stuff. How about his 20, 20, and 20 triple-double? I've never said that before. I mean, this is incredible.
And Kevin, something we've only seen from the likes of Wilt and Westbrook, right? That's the kind of dynamic.
Never switch out, I'm a Kimbo. Only switch up instrumentals. 007 times 7 times 7, I'm wishful. Homie, I'm blissful. Feeling like sack moves. Shout out Miss Bliss. Ride around in the Pinto. Feet hanging out the window.
And Denver has possession. Searching for their first points of the game. Victory eluded them the last time they faced the Warriors.
If they want to beat these guys this time, they have to do better on the glass. That was their undoing.
And a lot of that begins with effort. Putting in the work and closing out possession should make this a much more contested game.
On the court for Denver, they've got Davion Mitchell. Jabari Walker is out there with Nikola Jokic. Then there's Christian Brown, and it's Mullen in at the 3 spot. And you think about Jokic's point center game. He's a pioneer, Grant, a one-of-a-kind.
Oh, one of a kind indeed. And historically, very few centers have led their team in assists, and none with the regularity of Jokic. So he's an outlier, but is he a trendsetter? Only time will tell. Boy, I like their energy coming in. Terrific execution so far.
Couldn't come up with a much better start than this. They just have to keep it going.
Now here's Walker. No points yet. And looks like an illegal pick was set. That gets the ref's attention.
You can get away with one once in a while, but it looked like he wasn't completely set on that pick.
You gotta blow the whistle when it's that obvious. Great call there by the official.
Austin with a bucket. We are all still talking NP's triple-double, Grant. A 60-20-10 game. My goodness.
Oh, as if 60 points isn't enough. MP adding in those 20 rebounds, 10 assists. Come on, BA. That's just not fair.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Well, MP in the last matchup against the Suns played some superb basketball. He ended up with a jaw-dropping amount of points, and that's not to mention the fact that by the end of the night, he had a triple-double. Truly, one of the most exceptional performances we've seen in recent memory. A monster night for him. Back to you.
Allie, we appreciate the update. Yeah, he was unstoppable during certain stretches. It'd be great to see him top that performance tonight.
Well, his team needs him to contribute. When he's on his A-game, he just makes play after play.
Expect them to go to him early and often. Don't want to let that hot hand go to waste.
And the Warriors make some changes. Aaron Gordon checked in for Richards, and it's Buckin in for Podziemski.
So listen, I mean, whether you put a body on Jokic or you don't, he will sneak in there for a second chance opportunity.
Black's checked in for the Warriors. The free throw dropped for Jokic. And so MP will bring it up for Golden State. And as their amazing winning streak continues, this is a story that's gone beyond.
My energy to go. Yeah. Whole team fly. Yeah, we know it.
So on the floor for Denver. After with Mullen, and it's Nikola Jokic. Then it's Christian Brown, and it's Mitchell in at the point. You know, you just can't say enough about the statistical marks that MP is putting up. I mean, Greg, this is just amazing stuff. How about his 20, 20, and 20 triple-double? I've never said that before. I mean, this is incredible.
And Kevin, something we've only seen from the likes of Wilt and Westbrook, right? That's the kind of dynamic, prolific dominance you've got to exhibit to manufacture a stat line like that.
And now, Allie LaForce has something for us from the sidelines.
Well, MP in the last matchup against the Suns played some superb basketball. He ended up with a jaw-dropping amount of points, and he did everything else he could have wanted as well, ending with a triple-double. And really, it's a game that will stand out when you look at his career, considering how absurd some of those numbers are. Guys?
Great stuff as always, Allie. Thank you. He was in attack mode all night. We saw that really propel them to that win.
When he's on, he is on. And there isn't all that much you can do to stop him.
Well, he did whatever he wanted. I love the fact that he was under control, yet very aggressive.
Really seizing the momentum of this game, but doing it with a methodical approach.
We always talk about getting high percentage shots, and they are teaching a massive.
I can see my time going. We on.
On the court for the Nuggets, Davion Mitchell is out there with Christian Brown. Then there's Walker. Then there's Nikola Jokic. And it's Mullen in at the small forward position.
It's just so hard to score in this league, especially when you're out of rhythm. You got to feel for him tonight.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Well, NP in the last matchup against Phoenix was outstanding. He dropped an amazing number of points and put up double digits in 3 categories. And he was huge for them in that one. Talking to his coaches pregame, they hope he can repeat that performance with another one here tonight. Back to you.
Yeah, spot on, Allie. Yeah, he was unstoppable during certain stretches. It'd be great to see him top that performance tonight.
Well, his team needs him to contribute. When he's on his A game, he just makes play after play.
For sure, and draws so much defensive attention.
And here's Denver. Last time they lost to the Warriors.
It wasn't even close in their last matchup, and their offense just wasn't ready to compete at that level.
So on the floor for Denver, Mullen is out there with Jabari Walker. And it's Mitchell. Then there's Christian Brown. And it's Jokic in at the 5 down low. Let's check in now with our Allie LaForce, who's got a story for us. Allie?
Thanks, guys. Well, MP in their last time out against the Suns played some superb basketball. He had an unbelievable amount of points, and he registered a triple-double, showing off all of his skills. He was really special in that game, and they're hoping he can repeat that kind of performance tonight. Guys, back to you.
Nice work there, Allie. Thank you. Greg, how impressive was it watching him completely take over?
Unstoppable. They won that game because of his effort and just his overall relentlessness.
Yeah, and we're likely to see them go to him early on. See if he can't replicate that performance.
Here's Mitchell. The Warriors making the shot to the wing right side. And Jokic.
And they're going to play 94 feet of defense here. They're going to try to make something happen with the full court press.
On the court for Denver, they've got Nikola Jokic. Christian Brown out there.
Nice adjustment there, going to the full court press, trying to ratchet up the pressure here a little bit.
So on the floor for Denver, they've got Christian Brown. Jabari Walker is out there with Mullen. And it's Nikola Jokic. And it's Mitchell in at the 1.
I like this move to the full court press, putting some extra pressure on the offense.
On the court for the Nuggets, we've got Christian Brown. Walker out there with Nikola Jokic. Then there's Mitchell, and it's Mullen in at the 3, small forward. All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Well, MP in the last matchup against the Suns played some superb basketball. He ended up with a jaw-dropping amount of points, and he really stuffed that stat sheet for them, ending up with a triple-double. A game that nobody will soon forget, that's for sure. How is he going to follow that up tonight? We'll see, guys.
Great report there, Allie. Absolutely. He was a one-man show in that one, Grant.
Yeah, he was not going to let them lose that game. We'll see if he comes in with that same mentality tonight.
Yeah, you know, every night's different. They may try to double him. It might force him to adjust. Or force him to make plays with the pass instead. We'll see.
We are all still talking MP's triple-double, Grant. A 60-20-10 game. My goodness.
Oh, as if 60 points isn't enough. MP adding in those 20 rebounds, 10 assists. Come on, BA. That's just not fair.
Now here's Mitchell. He's been for...
Mama ready?
I like this move to the full court press, putting some extra pressure on the offense.
On the court for Denver, Christian Brown out there with Davion Mitchell. Then there's Jabari Walker. Then there's Nikola Jokic. And it's Mullen in at the three. The shot by Brown, no good.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
And Gordon with the basket on the assist by MP.
More points coming from inside. In that respect, they've been the more aggressive team.
Pass to Mullen. Jacks up a three. The rebound by MP. MP's got rebound number 5 here tonight. We are all still talking MP's triple-double, Grant. A 60-20-10 game. My goodness.
Oh, as if 60 points isn't enough. MP adding in those 20 rebounds, 10 assists. Come on, BA. That's just not fair.
Pass to Mullen. And here's Jokic. To stop the run.
Shout out to all the ladies.
Yeah. 15 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. And Davion Mitchell gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game.
It's really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take charge.
9 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Here's Puffkin. The shot's good. Austin making the play. MP's got assist number 10 tonight with that last one. And so it's MP making things happen for the Warriors. His work on the glass was outstanding in that quarter. Great rebounding. They'll get you back to the action after this break. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown so far for the Warriors.
So far, they haven't had to force anything. They're swinging the ball around and turning good passing into points.
And they've also been effective from beyond the arc tonight. And if that continues, guys...
And it's the Nuggets with the ball. They defeated Milwaukee in their last game.
Yeah, they connected from outside all game. And the defense had absolutely no answer.
They found their rhythm and kept piling it on. It's a huge boost of confidence on the road for sure.
On the floor for Denver, getting going in the second. Derek Jones is out there with Ignaji. Then it's Green. Then there's Johnson. And it's Dunleavy in at the 3 slot. A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Well, MP in the last matchup against the Suns played some superb basketball. He dropped an amazing number of points, and he did everything else he could have wanted as well, ending with a triple-double. His numbers from that game jumped off the stat sheet. He was just superb. Guys, let's see if he can do it again.
Oh, great stuff, Allie. Yeah, he was unstoppable during certain stretches. It'd be great to see him top that performance tonight.
Well, his team needs him to contribute. When he's on his A game, he just makes play after play.
For sure, and draws so much defensive attention.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
They've got MP. Nick Richards out there at quarter. Then there's Anthony Black. And it's Pumpkin in a...
On the court for Denver, they've got A.J. Green, Zeke Naji out there with Derrick Jones. Then there's Johnson, and it's Dunleavy in at the small forward position. And one key for quality teams in this league, beating the opponents you're supposed to beat. What goes into that, Grant?
Well, BA, they call them trap games. An opponent that, on paper, isn't up to your level, especially when they're missing key guys. The thing is, can you find that juice to take care of business?
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, MP in the last matchup against the Suns played some superb basketball. He ended up with a jaw-dropping amount of points, and he registered a triple-double, showing off all of his skills. He was a force of nature in that game. He made the opposition look utterly helpless.
Good stuff, Allie. Well, it'll be interesting to see how much of that performance carries over into this one.
His goal is to provide whatever the team needs from him on that particular evening.
Well, I'm sure he's coming in with a lot of confidence after last game. He wants to have a repeat performance here tonight.
You know, words sometimes don't do justice to MP's greatness on the court, Grant. But how about numbers? A 20-20-20 triple-double.
Oh, BA, the kind of stat stuffing we've only seen before from Will Chamberlain and Russell Westbrook. He's lighting up box scores, opponents, marquees, you name it. He is here to shine.
Well, year in and year out, Porter is so consistent from three.
The Nuggets have gotten 2 of 5 shots to fall this second quarter. Pass to Bufkin. The three is up. Good, and the assist goes to MP. Bufkin's got his 3rd bucket of the night. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Warriors.
Well, our coaching staff has to be happy with how active they've been defensively, forcing turnovers and making the offense uncomfortable.
They're also managing to make lots of trouble for their opponent in transition. Right away, they're finding points on the break.
Now here's MP. Last game, an incredible scoring display for him. 5 on the clock. And there's another one for the Warriors. We are all still talking MP's triple-double, Grant. A 60-20-10 game. My goodness.
Oh, as if 60 points isn't enough. MP adding in those 20 rebounds, 10 assists. Come on, BA. That's just not fair.
Here's Alston. 37 points for him. Pass to Bufkin. Kicks it out to MP. Puts one up from 19. Again! Golden State!
Keep getting him the ball. He's been a huge part of this offense.
Denver has gone 0 for 2 from outside in the second quarter. Johnson against MP. And there's the screen. They need this. Shot by Johnson, no good.
Well, he's certainly had trouble finding the mark this quarter.
Back to Black. MP outside. Pass to Black. MP outside. Here's Bufkin. Lets it go from deep.
It's not in the drugs, it's not cocaine, it's not crack, marijuana, all that stuff. Listen, you can use it for a moment, feel good, it's not there.
Michael Porter's out there with Nick Richards. Then it's MP. Then there's Anthony.
about to have a good day, no matter what they say, what they say. Sun is shining down on me.
And, you know, they're going to extend the defense now here. 94 feet, the full court press in effect. They're looking to try to stir things up and make something happen.
Michael Porter out there with Anthony Black. Then it's MP. Then there's Nick Richards. And it's Buffkin in at the 2. So that's the group out there for Golden State. And with most NBA defenses bringing help from that weak side corner, that opens up offenses to the weak side crash, Clark.
Yep, if I was still playing BA, I would make way on that offensive glass board, wreaking havoc on the board. Extra opportunities are plenty the way the game is played now.
Denver has gone 0 for 3 from deep to begin the second. To win the drought. Outside, Green. And again, Denver no good.
It's obvious they're becoming frustrated. Nothing seems to be going their way.
You know, guys, no denying it's been a rough patch here. I think they've got to run whatever is best in their playbook to get a good shot.
Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. Well, MP in their last time out against the Suns played some superb basketball. He ended up with a jaw-dropping amount of points and put up double digits in 3 categories. Putting in a performance like that one really builds momentum in your direction. We'll see how far he rides that win tonight, guys.
Nice work, Allie. Thank you. Well, that was an incredible night for him. They rode him to that win.
Yeah, he was more than happy to carry them, BA. He might still be feeding off that performance heading into this one.
Yeah, you know, all indications are that he feels good coming into this. Feels confident that he can build on that prior success.
We are all still talking MP's triple-double, Grant. A 60-20-10 game. My goodness.
Oh, as if 60 points isn't enough. MP adding in those 20 rebounds, 10 assists. Come on, BA. That's just not fair.
Here's Najee following the score by Golden State. The kick out to Johnson. Clock at 6.
They're going to play 94 feet of defense here. They're going to try to make something happen with the full court press.
On the court for Denver, they've got Johnson. Derek Jones is out there with Zeke Najee. Then there's A.J. Green, and it's Dunleavy in at the 3. And Lex, one thing we're seeing more of these days, head coaches who weren't necessarily high-profile guys coming in.
Well, I do think when you walk into a locker room having played before, there is a level of credibility that's automatically there. But in the age of analytics, it's probably less important that a head coach be a former NBA player.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Well, MP in the last matchup against the Suns played some superb basketball. He dropped an amazing number of points, and that's not to mention the fact that by the end of the night, he had a triple-double. He was clearly on a mission, and no one was getting in his way. A flat-out dominant performance.
Great report there, Allie. It really was some night for him. He couldn't have been much better, Grant.
Yeah, BA, there was nothing they could do to contain him. Once he got rolling, it was game on.
Well, he did whatever he wanted. I love the fact that he was under control, yet very aggressive.
You know, words sometimes don't do justice to MP's greatness on the court, Brandon. But how about numbers? A 20-20-20 triple-double.
Oh, BA, the kind of stat stuffing we've only seen before from Wilt Chamberlain and Russell Westbrook. He's lighting up box scores, opponents, marquees, you name it. He is here to shine.
Green finds Johnson. Oh, drew the foul and almost hit the three-point bucket. But he'll head to the line for 3. And Grant David Allen, a second-generation NBA head coach, grew up immersed in the game.
Yeah, BA, basketball was a family obsession. David, a ball boy for the Blazers in the 90s, went on to coaching, which he's done for decades. His whole life has led him to this. He wasn't quite as assertive as he needed to be in the first quarter, but now he's taking a more head-on approach and getting himself to the line.
We are all still talking MP's triple-double, Grant. A 60-20-10 game. My goodness.
Oh, as if 60 points isn't enough. MP adding in those 20 rebounds, 10 assists. Come on, BA. That's just not fair.
Here's Jokic. The Warriors getting their last shot to go. Here's Brown. Off target from three-point range. And the Warriors with possession. And as their amazing winning streak continues, this is a story that's gone beyond sports. It's captured the entire country's attention.
Well, their run to this point, incomprehensible. There's no question this will end up being one of the greatest all-time streaks we've ever seen. The only question that remains, what is a team going to do to end this streak?
So it's Denver now. The Warriors getting their last shot to go.
With all of them demons that I had invited, he made me the light, and now we enlightened. He put
Holy Spirit been taking over. Trap music, no baking soda. Real punching, you smell that old, I'm still dead. Yeah, hell froze over. I've been taking down names like I'm in heaven's gate. When I gave it that.
Well, Greg, you've had a long NBA career, so I'm curious, what's one of the biggest changes you've noticed since you've retired?
Well, you know, one that doesn't get talked about enough, length. You know, players these days are just longer, especially in the backcourt, and that wing position. Feels like every team has a guy 6'9" or taller that is a pure perimeter player.
Taking a look at the Nuggets, they've got Mullen. Jokic is out there with Jabari Walker. And it's Mitchell, and it's Brown in at the shooting guard position. We're now joined by our sideline reporter, Allie LaForce. Allie, it's all yours.
Well, NP in the last matchup against the Suns played some superb basketball. He ended up with a jaw-dropping amount of points, and he did everything else he could have wanted as well, ending with a triple-double. And just a huge game for him. His coaches would love to see him do it again. Guys?
Great stuff, Allie. Thank you. It'll be interesting to see, Greg, how much of that performance carries over to tonight.
And, Kevin, different scenarios call for different measures. I'm sure he'll just try to provide whatever they need for the win.
Well, I'm sure he's coming in. Oh, look at that.
Oh, man, MP to be young again.
Oh, that's an outstanding view from the AT&T Connected Cam. And it's the Nuggets with the ball. 2 minutes. There's 1:59 left in the first half. Mitchell outside. Pass to Jokic. Jokic tries the double. Mullen for three. The Warriors pull it in. Kuminga's got 5 rebounds tonight to the paint. Golden State moving the ball around. And he's good on the three ball. Podziemski's got 6 in the quarter.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
Absolutely. They're playing their game and executing at a real high level. Everything is working for them right now.
Brown with it. Still scoreless. Just 3 to shoot. And they get it.
There's a minute 26 left in the first half of this game. On the court right now for the Nuggets. Mitchell out there with Christian Brown. Then there's Nikola Jokic. Then there's Walker. And it's Mullen in at the 3, a small forward. And the ball out of play. The Warriors will have it. And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Well, MP in the last matchup against Phoenix was outstanding. He ended up with a jaw-dropping amount of points, and he really stuffed that stat sheet for them, ending up with a triple-double. What a game for him, and against their rivals, no less, which had to make him feel extra special. Guys, back to you.
Thanks as always, Allie. Great report. Yeah, he was unstoppable during certain stretches. It'd be great to see him top that performance tonight.
Well, his team needs him to contribute. When he's on his A game, he just makes play after play.
Expect them to go to him early and often. Don't want to let that hot hand go to waste. Just an ugly show for him offensively. Yeah, no way to describe it, just ugly, and that hasn't helped.
They've been very well-rounded and extremely focused.
Yeah, not just an impressive showing on offense, but on defense as well. Executing their game plans perfectly. He just makes it look so easy on offense. Wait, who takes pleasure in torturing defenses? He does.
It's the trifecta. You know, words sometimes don't do justice to MP's greatness on the court, Grant. But how about numbers? A 20-20-20 triple.
not. I don't get it, they be in their feelings like
Here's Mitchell. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. And the foul called on NP. That'll be his second foul of the game. Round the pass to Mitchell. Back to Brown. Oh, good on the three. And so it's the Golden State Warriors enjoying the kind of gigantic lead you almost never see. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. Back right after this.
Welcome, folks. Quite a lot of action in the first half with an incredible display of brilliance by NP.
Well, they're running the offense through NP. A guy who just continues to elevate his game. Never stops working. This is...
Okay, fellas, now we'll look at the sharpshooters lining up for the three-point contest.
You gotta love All-Star Weekend, guys. Especially when it comes to the three-point contest.
I think we should have a three-point contest right now. You and me, Shaq. Come on.
I don't even think you can beat them.
Hey.
And that is a wrap. Now.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it has been a runaway. And spacing is so vital. But Clark, talk about vertical spacing.
You know, Kevin, that speaks to the ability to play in space above the rim. Think about the roller in the pick and roll situation, being able to go above the defense to finish a lob. Those are tough plays for defenses to stop. Helping in recovering and elevating to stop a well-timed lob, that's a real challenge for the defense.
Mitchell with the ball, and great passing so often, the thing that separates the good from the great. Who, for your money, Tim, is the best in the association?
Well, what's crazy, B.A., is I think the top of the list belongs to a center. Trey, Nikola Jokic, to me, an all-time talent, still in his prime, and his playmaking ability, unquestionably, the best we have ever seen at the center position.
Never seen any player like him. He's amazing.
Maybe never will either.
On the court for Denver, Christian Brown out there with Davion Mitchell. Then there's Walker. Then there's Nikola Jokic. And it's Mullen in at the three. Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well,